faith, you can log on to our website at igbattmho.org. You can email us at support@igbattmho.org. Again, it's getting better all the time, mental health outreach. What I wanted to do was close out this month of September by talking about the title, 1 Second, One Thought at a Time. This month, as many of you know, is Suicide Awareness Month. Okay, here we go. It's Suicide Awareness Month, where we talk about suicide, death by suicide, and ways to combat and deal with it. So again, I wanted to start by saying the 1 second at a time. When we're talking about serious and persistent mental illnesses, we use that term serious and persistent mental illnesses because we're talking about illnesses that are so severe that they impact all aspects of an individual's life. But what does that have to do with suicide? Many times when I hear people say, that they're quote unquote struggling with thoughts of suicide, they can't get rid of the thoughts of suicide. It seems like it's an ongoing thing. It's a daily battle. It's a daily struggle. Many times what those individuals are dealing with is also some type of underlying, untreated, persistent mental illness. Many times it's depression. And it's important that we speak to that. Not sure what's going on, but as many times that we have to kind of understand that, right? When we're talking about persistent depression, many times we're talking about death by suicide goes along with the depression. I'm sorry, I was a little distracted with the camera. By depression. So it's important for us to realize if you're out there and you feel yourself struggling and you feel yourself like it seems like one thing after another as far as your thoughts, and that it's hard to make it, that it's hard to kind of get out of bed, that it's hard to, you're just struggling with thoughts of suicide, that might be an indication that it's not the thoughts, it's not what's happening around you, because many times when we're dealing with depression, all we can see is what's in front of us with tunnel vision. Everything feels bad, everything looks bad. We start thinking about negative thoughts, negative feelings. It's hard to pull ourselves together, right? Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, we're just drained. When we're talking about depression, untreated depression, or poorly treated depression. If you're having those symptoms and you're feeling that way, realize that there's help out there. That hope is an option for you. 988, 911, calling to get help. Because if you're feeling that way, there's something going on, not just emotionally, but there's something going on biologically. There's something going on for us chemically. And it's important for you to talk to someone so that you can get not just talk therapy, but also medication. Sometimes that's what we need. When we're talking about, there's different types of sadness that comes, right? And there's certain types of depression. But for some people, if you're dealing with depression, sadness, along with suicidal thoughts, you are more than likely looking at a chemical imbalance, something that's going on chemically where medications would be helpful. So what I'm saying to you, you don't have to, feel like you're always on the edge. There's some of you who are listening to me. Like I said, every day is a struggle. You feel like you're on edge. You feel like you can't make it. You feel like, it's hard. And what happens is when you start feeling that way, it's hard, it's easy for thoughts to come in. The thoughts of, I'm worthless, I'm hopeless, no one cares, why am I here, I can't make it, nobody loves me. When we're down and depressed, all we can focus on are the negative things in our lives. All we can focus on are the negative things that people said, feelings of regret, things that we didn't do, things that we should have done, how life is not going the way we want it to go. It gets worse because when we're down and depressed and those thoughts, feelings, and behaviors go together. When we start feeling a certain way, we're going to start behaving. When I don't feel like getting out of bed, I don't feel like taking a shower, I don't feel like brushing my teeth, I don't like being around people, right? Then we start, feeling this certain way, and it just begins to snowball. And before we know it, we're in a prison. Like, this is us, and we're in a prison. Thoughts, feelings, behaviors, negative thoughts and feelings have us like this. We're stuck. What I'm saying to you is if you find yourself feeling that way, more than likely you might be one of those people that medications might be helpful for you, right? Because some people will find, And if you're one of these people, you're doing therapy, you're talking to someone, you're getting out of the house, and you're still not feeling okay, then you might be a candidate for medications. So talk to your doctor about medications, right? You may, there are some people I've talked to, they've told me that they've never been happy. They don't even remember the last time when they've been happy. When's the last time you ever laughed at something? When you really got joy out of life? When you ever felt really good about something? For some of you, you can't even remember when. For some of you, it's been so long, right? Some of you have never, you think about your life and say, I've never really been happy. I've never felt, happy. I never knew what was going, I've never felt happy. You may need to talk to someone about that. Because when we're talking about depression, we're talking about major depression, which is a medical illness, which chemicals are involved, which is why the medications work. Now, there are some times when you're depressed, there are certain types of depression where talking to someone, getting out of the house, changing your environment, all of those things we should do anyway. But sometimes for some people, that's all it takes. Right? It's nothing wrong. You can pray and fast at the same time. And for those of you who believe in faith, you can pray and fast at the same time, but still may need to take medications, right? There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you need to do. Because here's the thing. You don't have to live struggling. You don't have to live feeling like you can't make it, right? Those things that are, there's better. You can live better. You can feel better, right? You can be better. And that's all that I'm saying to you, is that you can feel better, you can be better. I'm going to get off. I don't know what's happening with my camera, but that's okay. So I wanted to come and let you know that hope is always an option. If you are not feeling well emotionally, psychologically, then it may be time for you to talk to someone. If you feel like any moment that you're going to die by suicide, that you're going to kill yourself, you'll feel worthless, you'll feel hopeless, it may be time for you to talk to someone. It may be time for you to realize that maybe a trial of medications might be helpful for you. Some people need it, some people don't. It's here for a reason if you have to take it. I know people are saying, oh, well, they just want you to take medications, and maybe that's the case. But here's the thing. What I'm saying to you, for some people, that might be the case. But God has come, the Spirit of the Lord has come that we might have life and life more abundantly. How He chooses to do that, we can't limit Him. If medications is an option for us, then you take that option. Whatever it is that you need to do. But I want to just come to say is that sometimes for some of you, it may be 1 second at a time. That's what I entitled this broadcast. 1 second, one thought at a time. And I wanted to come and let you know that sometimes that's all it is. But I'm not going to stop there, because you don't have to live 1 second, one thought at a time, right? You may have to do that for a moment, for a season in your life, but there's help out there. There's permanent help out there. You don't always have to live with thoughts of suicide. You don't always have to live feeling like, you're worthless, that you're hopeless. Explore the possibility that there's something chemically, medically going on, and see a doctor. 988. You can text them, you can email them, you can call 988 24/7. You can call and get the help that you need. You can always call us, but we're not a 24/7. But you can call or email us. Let us know where you live. We can point you in the right direction. But call 988. Hope is always an option. You can live better. God didn't design for you to live struggling, to live like any day you don't know if you're going to make it. Hope is always an option. So again, 988. As we close out September, you may have to do 1 second, 1 moment, 1 minute, 1 day at a time, right? 1 second you may feel like you can do it. 1 second you may feel like giving it up. But keep going. Hope is out there. Hope is always an option. 988. Get the help that you need. You may, if you're feeling you're dealing with chronic thoughts of suicide, chronic thoughts that you won't be able to make it, chronic depression, you may be one of those people that needs to take medications, and you might need the help. Get the help that you need. Don't limit yourself. 988. God bless you and have a great day. And remember, make hope an option.